Duh. It's been a week since that interview and I got some thoughts. By the way, TSN, you missed a slight F-bomb. I timestamped for you. You're welcome. Leaf fans, Marner and company, do you guys like being scrambled or fried? Because I'm about to cook y'all. When are we going to face reality that Mitch Marner had no intentions of remaining a Toronto Maple Leaf? He literally admitted it in his interview that he was done and that he was upset that his last game as a Toronto Maple Leaf was booed every time he touched the puck. And now he's my problem. So there was no insider fix. It just takes like 20 minutes maybe to do a Marner jersey. Interview was lobbied with softballs. Mark Masters, man, that hard-hitting journalism. Where was the question, hey, why did you cancel your charity tournament? Not only did the Marner camp have this interview, but his agent did an NHL licensed podcast interview, and oh my gosh, at least their puppet Darren Dreger is now quiet ever since Marner signed. What happened to we're treated like gods? You'd think that after those interviews that Toronto's the most toxic fan base in the National Hockey League. There's no excuse for death threats. Players get them all the time. Heck, even Wes McCauley gets them. NHL referee, if you don't know. But Marner has said time and time again, I don't read stuff in the media, I don't listen to the noise. But his agent goes on repeatedly to say that Marner listens to the noise. He reads everything on social media. And it's because people send him this stuff. So are you treated like gods or are you treated less than an ant on a boot? Which is it? And I'm not supporting vitriol through social media. It's counterproductive. Nobody wins. And no, this is not a Marner jersey. Marner surrounds himself with such toxic people. It's been known that his personal security guy goes online and spews hateful comments to people on social media. 4 years ago, he wrote, and this is the security guy, wrote a very, very distasteful comment to Steve Dangle about how he's not going to get access to Mitch anymore, and this and that. And this guy continues to spew this kind of stuff online. I think in the latest STPN, they alluded to how they had a title of their episode called Rich Marner, and they got an email from Marner Camp saying that they didn't like that. These guys are softer than Liberace at the Playboy Mansion. And the thing is, Marner never held accountability, so he might be a good guy, but he's allowing all these poisonous snakes around him. Remember Sheldon Keefe? Anytime Keefe would go to the media and criticize or critique Marner's play, he'd have to backtrack and apologize the next day. Hey, Marner, you were being paid just short of $11 million. That's what the money is for. You're a good player, but if you don't elevate your game in the playoffs, this criticism is gonna come at you. Still don't think the death threats are acceptable. I still don't think doxing his home address was a good idea. It was terrible. But we have to acknowledge that some people in the Marner camp have been less than great. If he doesn't like the noise and the pressure that comes with being a Maple Leaf, is he not aware of the organizational pressure of the Vegas Golden Knights? Is he not caught up to speed? What would happen to him if he does not perform well and is very underwhelming? If he plays below expectations, the Vegas Golden Knights will find a way to get rid of him. Yes, he knew this season was the last season as a Toronto Maple Leaf, but if I put myself in his shoes, would I accept a trade to Carolina when my wife is 8 months pregnant? Yeah, no, I wouldn't want that either. So he's got a point there. But if he thinks that he's moving to Vegas because of safety, has he not watched the news lately or ever? The U.S. is, they got a few things going on over there. I love Vegas. I love my Knights, but safety, there's an argument to be made there. A flimsy one, but there's an argument to be made. I thought we were done talking about this, but Marner and his camp continue to bring it up when the playoffs start. Oh, it's going to be a tough time. By the way, William Nylander, John Tavares, I think could share a word or two about how dangerous Toronto is compared to other teams and other fan bases. JT's got vitriol from New York Islanders fans. He's got hatred from some in the Toronto Maple Leaf fandom, but hey, he signed an amazing team-friendly deal, so now we love John. He should still be the captain for the Leafs as far as I'm concerned. This interview in conjunction with his agent's interview, wow. Hopefully this is the last time we ever get to talk about it. Ever. Why does he laugh like that?